Just a quick one on the dollar Swiss. I don't know if anyone's trading it. If you're on the sell side, then well done. It would have been a good short. And the reason I'm making this video is what I think is going to happen is that we're going to come down just to raid these stops. Not this one, but this one. I could be wrong, right? But it's got a round number there, 0.87. We had an interchange of profitable traders. We see how we had a bit of a tug of war there, and then the profitable traders started to sell around here, and that would have been a nice trigger to enter short, because it would have been a sell sentimentally, and now we've fallen a hell of a lot since. 222 pips, potential of getting 285 pips on that move. I think that's possibly going to be like the final destination. You can see how it's sticking out like a sore thumb, and it's not much below, so possibly 865, but that looks likely. And just to say, you can use these FXSSI indicators because the sheet is currently not updating its data until the my FX book website comes back online, but you can use these, you can still use this data. It should be fine. And it looks like we're coming down to come down not to that one, but to this one. So we'll just have to wait and see. It makes sense we're going to have a softer USD because we're going to have the inflation that's coming down, and the Fed are going to be less hawkish, and it's put a bit of pressure on dollar, and it could be risk on as well. So we could be seeing like a risk on thing materialize. But keep an eye on 0.87 if you are trading this. Well done if you're selling it, and then that might be a good place to TP, might be a good place to enter, because that would have exhausted a lot of retail positions, and we would have been oversold as well technically. If you look at the RSI and things like that, we'd probably be a little bit oversold. So come down there, could look for longs potentially, but you'd want to be quite careful. So like I was saying in the daily bulletin, it says if you place orders, then you can stipulate your stop. So if you were to enter here, you can have maybe a stop here. There'd be a 35 pip stop. It might be okay, and you're looking for a huge move, perhaps to the SLC above, which would be really horrible, wouldn't it? So something like this, maybe. So just waiting for the price to come down to take liquidity. Stop is there. It's fairly wide, but then you're looking for potentially a 4R scenario where you're going to come and get the SLC above. So just a case of just using the order book for entry and exits and things. You don't have to use the order book, but you can use technicals as well. But it makes sense that you're targeting liquidity, and and that's the logic for the move. It just wants to hound and harass the dumb money, and that's the point of their exit. So we'll have to wait and see. It might be right, it might be wrong. Not sure about gold. We'll have to wait and see. I'll be coming back later today, and we can have a look at that a little bit more into detail, and we'll just have to see how we go. I think that's possibly likely. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And it could be a buy potentially.